Good morning, everyone. It's Donna Maria, and welcome to the Lifestyle CEO Show. I'm so excited to be here with you. You have arrived at the place where we empower you to enjoy your life, build your business, and have your way. Because the first thing you want to do is have a good life. The next thing you want to do is build a good business on top of that. And when you put those two things together, you get to have your way in both of those areas. That's what we talk about here at the Lifestyle CEO Show every Monday through Friday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern and 7 a.m. Pacific. I do take the last week of the month off so I can refresh and revive and rejuvenate everything. But I'm so excited to be here with you now. If you're here live, welcome. If you're watching the replay, please post replay below and let me know that you were here and we get to spend some time together. So as you know, well, maybe you don't know, this is my 10th show, you guys. This is number 10. I'm so excited to have gotten this far. You know, when you start something new, you never know how far you're going to get. You have plans, and hopefully you know how far you're going to get, but you never know how things are going to go. And then when you add on top of that, the fact that it's live, as you guys have seen, live means live. Anything can happen. The dog can start barking. Your lighting could be off. Your battery could start going dead in your computer, and then you have to run around and plug it in and talk to people with them looking at a blank wall behind you. It's live and it's uncomfortable at first, but it's invigorating and it's fun, and it forces you to think on your feet, and it forces you to really dig deeply inside of yourself and pull out some ability to deal with things as they happen and without any planning. And that's what you have to do if you're an entrepreneur anyway, right? So I think live video is the best thing to happen to entrepreneurs in a long time. Not just because it's a great way for us to connect one-on-one, as I'm doing with you, engaging with you eye to eye here live on the internet, but also because it really sharpens our entrepreneurial skills, and it sharpens our life skills, really. Because I have teen children, and one of the things I talk to them about is introduce them around and teach them how to network is, you look people in the eye, you shake their hands. If you forgot to put your lipstick on, you got to roll with it. My daughter, she's 16, everything about her hair matters. And of course it always matters, but it's heightened when you're that age. And she doesn't want to go in the grocery store without doing her hair. And I'm like, all we're doing is picking up a prescription for the dog. Could you please go get it? No, but my hair and my shorts. And of course, yesterday, she comes back into the car after she goes and gets the dog's prescription. And she says, I saw this cutest guy from some school, and he was cute. And I hope he didn't see me. And she was hiding. It was so cute, you guys. And then she showed me his picture on Instagram, and he was cute. So, anyway, it's just, but she got to think on her feet, right? If he had walked by her, she couldn't have ignored him. She would have had to say, hi, how are you doing? You gotta deal with that. So I think really, when I talk to my members at the Indie Business Network, and when I talk to other entrepreneurs, and when I'm mentoring and coaching, they say, Donna Maria, I know I have to do video and got to get the word out about my products and engage with my clients and customers and prospects one-on-one, and using video is a great way to do that. And I'm like, yeah, it is a great way to do that. It does create sales opportunities. But the best thing about video is that it sharpens your entrepreneurial skills. It gets you out there. It forces you to up-level yourself. And so that's one reason why I suggest that everyone do it. And I invited someone to participate in a video type opportunity the other day. And she responded to me beautifully and so friendly, but she apologized for her own, I can't remember the word she used, but her own fear and her own lack of what she thought was a lack of an ability to speak for her brand and to speak for herself in a live setting when a video was involved. I'm sure she's great at it in person, maybe, I don't know. But I found that interesting. And I found it also interesting that it's not something that she wanted to try. But I know everyone's different, but I also know if you want an online business, you got to roll with the online business punches. And one of those punches right now is video. So I hope that you guys are using video in your business. And you're figuring it out as you go, right? None of us really knows what's going on with video. None of us knows how to do it. None of us knows what it's going to look like 6 months from now. It could totally change. Like right now, it's free on Facebook. Who knows? Facebook might start charging for it. Well, if they do, don't you want to get in on the window of time when they're not charging for it? Don't you want to get in on the window of time when they are actually boosting without payment content that's live video? They're boosting it automatically because they want people to use it. So why not get in on the fun while it's, free? Why not get on the fun while Facebook's algorithm, hate algorithms, but anyway, why not get on the fun while the algorithm, whatever it is favoring you? That's what I think. Anyway, so listen, it's open mic day. Every Friday is open mic day. So you can ask me questions in the comments. I will see them. I will answer you. If you don't have any questions right now, that's fine. You can post them later when you're watching this video, whether you're watching it at my website at donnamaria.com, whether you're watching it here on Facebook or over on YouTube, because we put them over there too. So wherever you're watching, I want you to talk to me. Let me know what you think. You may disagree with some of the things I'm saying. You may agree with them. You may have a question. You may have a comment. And so I want you to be able to share. Okay, so this week we've talked about focus, fear, and money. Okay, that's what we talked about earlier this week. So right now, I want to talk with you about any of the questions that you have, so feel free to ask. I brought a few with me just in case. So let's see. Let's start with Karen. Karen says her biggest concern is that she would be able to create a product that is unique in light of all the competition out there. Okay, so that's kind of a general question. Again, as you know, I think it's really important for us to be specific when we're asking questions. I don't know what products Karen is selling. I don't know what her business or industry is. But whatever it is, the basic answer is the same. And that is, it doesn't matter. It does not matter because every single industry is saturated. Every single industry has a bunch of other people doing what you want to do in your business, selling what you want to sell in your business. Okay, so what you have to do is know what's going on. You have to be aware of what's going on in the world, in your industry. You have to see what people are doing, but you don't want to focus on that. What you want to focus on is what's missing in the marketplace. What can you do better than other people are already doing, or what can you do differently and in a more unique way? Okay, and a lot of this leads back to you because the only thing that your business has that no one else has or can get their hands on is you. You. You are the only thing that's distinguished completely and forever and always about your business. People can copy your recipes. They can copy your ideas. They can copy your website. They can copy your content. Now, I'm not saying they should, and I'm not saying it's, not awful when they do, because it is, but they can't. What they can't copy is your face on a video talking to your customers. They can't copy that. Okay? So I want you to think about that. Like, weave that into the equation. Okay? So I wrote down 5 things I really want Karen to think about here. Okay? The first is you, Karen. You are Karen. No one else can be Karen. So you stand up for your products. You speak for your products. You make a difference in the world with your products, whatever they are, and you tell the world about them. No one else can do that. Okay? The second thing is your packaging. However you package, like if you sell physical products, what's the package look like? What's the coloring of the product packages like? Like how do you make it look different? Like make the brand look different. That's the third thing, the brand. Okay, what is the brand? What exactly are you selling and what message are you communicating into the marketplace about it? Because that's what's going to resonate with people. The combination of you and the message that you have to bring to the world that no one else can bring to the world. The packaging and the way things look. You put those things together and you have a combination that no one can compete with because you've basically created, remember I told you earlier this week, your own blue ocean. Like it's you. You're the only one in that ocean because you made that ocean. It's not red and swimming with other people biting at you, right? It's blue. So it's all yours. Okay? Your customer service, you guys, this is big. This is huge. One of the most important and fundamental things you have to do as an entrepreneur is serve people in a way that they can understand, and in a way that they appreciate, and in a way that sets you and your brand apart. And this is where you can really shine, by talking to people, by picking up the phone and giving customer service that way, by opening up a chat or having a chat option on your website where people can actually, between a certain hours of the day, actually talk to you and ask questions. We have a member of the Indie Business Network who actually gives her text phone number out to customers. I'm not sure how she conveys it in a newsletter or something, but people actually text her, which product should I buy for this or that or the other? She texts them back the link and they go buy, because they're not, like, over 50-60% of people are on their phones now. So that's a great way for her to stand out. And I've heard other people say, oh gosh, what a pain. It's my personal phone. I want my babysitter and my nanny and my husband and whatever to be able to contact me on my phone, not my business. Really? Well, okay, that's fine. But what I'm telling you is you have to figure out how to stand out customer service wise. And that's what she's done. And I don't know a whole lot of people who are doing that. And maybe that's why it's working so well, because it doesn't matter what she sells. What matters is that she's making it super easy, friendly for her customers to buy it in a way that matters to them, in a way that makes it easy for them and fun for them, in a way that they want to buy. And that's our job. Make it easy for people to buy, as easy as possible. You can't do everything. Like, you can't have them show up at your front door, to buy your products. I'm not saying you should do things that are inconvenient and unwise, but whatever you can do that your customers are asking for in terms of serving them, you should do that. Okay? And then the fifth thing is the experience that you give them. And this is part of what I'm talking about here. Customer service is part of the experience. What is the experience from the moment they hit your website, or from the moment they hit your Instagram, or from the moment they see your video? What is the experience you're delivering to them? Come on now, you guys. This is the real deal, okay? I hear so many people, I'm afraid to market online. I don't know what to do. Like, this is not rocket science. This is really just sitting down, thinking about what it is that you sell, who it is that you sell it to, and how to bridge the gap in between. Get this over here. That's what you need to do. How do you do that? Like, how do you do that when you want your kids to meet a new person that you want them to meet? Or how do you do that when you want to meet someone new? Like, you bridge the gap. You figure out how to bridge the gap to get from here to over here. So you deliver an experience to your customer, and it starts from the moment they find out about you. What are you giving to them over and over again? Are you doing the same sort of systematized marketing on Instagram all the time? Is it predictable? I'm not saying boring predictability, but I'm saying predictable, because if they liked it the first time, they'll probably like it the second, third, and fourth time. So creating that sort of experience delivers trust. And when you deliver trust, people want to find out more. Well, I'm really interested in that. I'm seeing that he or she does this every day. Well, they're serving people like me every day. In the same way, I can rely on that. Maybe I'll go over to their website and think about giving them my credit card in exchange for whatever it is they have to offer, or my email address in exchange for their ebook or their download or their free information or whatever it is. That's how you start the experience. And when a customer buys something, when a client purchases something from you, that's the beginning. Like when they first get to you on Instagram, Facebook, or whatever, that's the beginning. Then there's another beginning when they come to your website and subscribe. And then there's another beginning when they buy from you. And then there's another beginning when you have an opportunity to stay in touch with them and ask them how they liked it. And then there's another beginning when it's time to, ask them if they'd like to buy more. Then there's another beginning when it's the holidays and you let them know that you want them to buy a whole lot more because it's the holidays. So buy more things because you have all these people you have to buy for, and I'm here to serve you, and you can get a bundle and a package. And then there's another experience when they bring that product home and they enjoy it. And then there's another experience when they give it to their dad or their mom as a gift. Those are all little mini brand experiences that people have, and it starts with how you treat them. And if every touch point in your business is reflective of a customer service experience that is valuable and highly connected to your customer and meaningful to them, they're going to come back. They're going to tell their friends. Okay, so this is not hard to do, but what it is it requires you to do it repeatedly. Like it requires you to do it all the time. And that's where the systems come in. And so many people that I meet with and talk to don't have systems. So you need to get out a calendar, write down the systems. You can use an app to write down the systems. There's plenty of them online. Trello, Sweet Process, all the systems that you need to run your business. And then you check them every quarter or so because you need to change them from time to time because things do change and things do evolve. So put your systems in place and then work the system. That saves you so much time because you never have to wonder what you're supposed to do because why? It's in the system and you just do it. So that's how you overcome, Karen, the problem of there's so much competition. Like that's how you do it. You just know what the competition is, know what they're doing because you're in an industry, you have to know what's going on, but don't focus on it. Focus on what you're delivering, what you want to do, how you deliver it, getting to know your customers and maintaining that relationship. And what I've just went over is the engage phase of my Indie method. That's essentially what I teach, and it's a 4-part for those who don't know. The Indie method is a sequential training program that all my members at the Indie Business Network get. It's 4 stages. The emerge phase, when you emerge from wherever you are to come out as a business owner, like you're emerging from your cocoon. The second stage is the engage phase. Okay, so in the emerge phase, we lay a foundation. In the engage phase, we start relationing with people. Relationing, is that a word? We start building relationships with people. In the next phase, we evolve our businesses, okay? So, you know, what we designed in the very beginning, it's going to evolve. It's not going to stay exactly the same. We might add some different sorts of tweaks and angles. We might want to shift our brand a little bit. So we evolve a little bit. And then we get into the expand phase. That's when we start hiring help. That's when we start creating multiple income streams for ourselves when we expand. So we take the core brand and then we can expand multiple different sorts of ways to generate income around that while we're also enjoying our lives, right? So you enjoy your life, you build your business, and you have your way. So the Indie method is this sequential training program. It lasts the whole year. It's included in Indie Business Network member memberships, and they love it. So that's what I'm talking about, though. That second phase is the engage phase. That's when you get out there with your business, which is foundationally strong. Don't get out there in the engage phase and start chatting it up with people and you haven't done your homework to lay a platform for your business. This is what a lot of people do. They do engage first and then they go back and then they try to emerge, and it doesn't work that way. Okay, you got to emerge first, lay the foundation. A butterfly can't fly if it hasn't come out of the cocoon. And a lot of people are trying to do all the flying while they're still in a cocoon. It doesn't work that way. Okay, you're going to die. You don't want to do that, or you're going to make your life super, super hard. So try not to do that. Reverse it. Emerge first, then engage, then evolve, then expand. Like it's intense. It requires your focus, but you can do it. Okay, so Karen, I hope that's helpful to you. So our last question, unless you guys have any, is from Tanya, and she's in Maryland. And Tanya just has a question about advertising. Like, how do I, start advertising? Tanya, I don't do a whole lot of advertising. I do a little bit, and I've really just started doing a little bit recently with Facebook. I've never advertised on Twitter. I've never advertised on Instagram, but I have done it on Facebook. So here's what I would suggest to you. First of all, understand what your goal is for advertising. Okay, like why do you want to advertise? Do you want to do it for brand awareness? Do you want to do it specifically to generate sales? I know you want both, but you have to be real specific in your head about what results you want. Okay, because you're going to get brand awareness if you buy an ad. Like you're going to get that. Your insights on Facebook and Instagram, wherever you advertise, are going to tell you that people saw this. It'll tell you people clicked this or they didn't. Whether they buy and it leads to sales is heavily dependent on how you structure your ad. So the first thing you need to know is in your own mind and settle for yourself what exactly it is that your goal is for placing an ad. The second thing you need to do is probably find some help or get some advice. Okay, so let me give you some advice about this because I've done a lot of research on Facebook ads. There are people out there that will charge you $10,000, maybe even $5,000, which I still think is a lot, to get to know your brand. And they say they have to spend all this time and they want to do your graphics for you. And, they just want to give you this whole huge package. You can do that, but I wouldn't advise it. What I would advise you to do is find someone who helps very small businesses get started with advertising on Facebook, Instagram, or wherever it is that you want to advertise, and then start small. So you can get to know the platform. I wouldn't say it's complicated, but there's a lot of moving parts to advertising online. It's not real simple. Buy an ad, people click, they go buy stuff. It used to be that way, but it's not that way anymore. It's much more sophisticated now. Like you can target almost down to a person's address. Well, you actually can target down to people's addresses if you want to when you advertise. So what I want you to remember is you need to look around for people who've done it before and then utilize them to help you get started. So I recently hired someone to help me with something online, and she pitched me this big, huge package. It was $1,000, and I was like, you know, I need most of that, but I don't need all of it, and I don't need all of it now. What I need is these pieces of it right now. I want to stick my toe in the water because I don't want to pay $1,000 for this big, huge package and I'm not ready for that, right? I'm the customer. So I asked her, you know what? I understand that. Maybe I'll buy that later, but I'd like to start working with you on these terms, on these specific starter projects for this potentially bigger thing. And then we can both decide if we want to continue to work together. Okay, because I don't want to sign, you know, $1,000 contract with someone and then be stuck with them if I don't like them. They don't want to be stuck with me either, right? They don't like working with me. So why not pick the priorities, get started with those, see how it goes, and learn as I go. That's what I recommend. That's what I've done with Facebook. That's what I'm doing with this other project. So it takes a lot of, what's my dog? My dog, I'm sorry, you guys. My dog has gotten his hands on something that he's biting, and I don't know what it is. And so usually I put him in the cage. Well, now he's running, right? Because he knows whatever he has, Mommy's going to come get it as soon as I get off. Oh, look, all the hearts and smiley faces are coming in. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe he put it back because he knows I'm talking about him now. Anyway, so Karen, I'm sorry. We're to Tanya now. Yes. So start slow. Always remember that it's evolving. Okay. It's not going to stay the same. So don't think you can learn advertising in March or April, and then in October it's going to be the same way. It's going to change. So you want to work with people who stay up on all the changes. Like it's their job to do that. Not just for you, but for all of their clients. So you find someone who spreads out their knowledge base and spreads out the costs of acquiring that knowledge on a consistent basis across multiple clients. And then that way you don't have to pay for their education all by yourself. Because this stuff is always changing. So, and you know, we have to keep up with it or we have to pay somebody to keep up with it for us. Usually it's a combination of the two. So find someone who already is doing that so that you don't have to pay for that, you know, one-off for your particular business. And then the other thing I want you to do, Tanya, is I want you to leverage your own marketing. Like leverage your Instagram against your advertising. Like don't just rely on advertising. Leverage what you're doing on Instagram, on Facebook, Pinterest, wherever it is that you're doing it. Make sure that you're doing your own marketing as well. Don't rely on third parties, even if they're professional, to do all of it, okay? Do some of it yourself as the brand owner, as the visionary, as the person behind that brand. Leverage those two things together. Figure out how you can strategically integrate what your advertising is with what your marketing is to create more sales opportunities. And it's going to be different for everyone. This is not something that's like cookie cutter here. All right. So if you're trying to do cookie cutter, it's not going to work. If someone charges you $10,000 and says, okay, I'm ready to go. I'm going to cut out the same package for you that I cut out for everyone else. Run. Okay, because your brand is unique, it's distinctive, and it's different. And if you are not forcing whoever is working with you to incorporate who you are and what you stand for into the marketing and into the advertising, you're leaving money on the table and you're creating more work for yourself. So you want to integrate all this stuff together. And you want to make sure that you spend time thinking about how it fits together so that you can then use the technological tools that are at your disposal and the ones that you feel will work best for you and your brand, so that you can then create the strategic interconnections between all those things, so you can create the systems that you need to run the business, so you can, like, you know, play those systems out, and then you have time to, you know, serve your customers or have your coaching programs or make your products or whatever it is that you also have to do. So you need to be able to systematize as much as you can all of these things so you can actually work and then, like, take off work, like be done at a certain time and take the weekends off maybe, or take at least one day off on a weekend, or give yourself snippets of time to go to the spa, or just take a break and go for a run, or be with your dog. I'm going to be with my dog in a minute, or whatever the case may be. So those were some great questions. Thank you, Tanya and Karen. I hope they were helpful to you. This was our open mic day on Friday. And you know what? If this has been useful to you, please share it with a friend. You know why? Because people need to hear this. People need to understand that there is a way to run a business successfully, to run a business professionally, but also to still have a life. And not have to be so tied up with hiring a bunch of people, which is great if you want to, but you don't have to do that. Okay, you don't have to do that. You can have a business. You can have a life. You can enjoy your life, build your business, and have your way. I'm living proof, and I look forward to seeing you so we can talk more about it next week. I have a special guest with me on Monday as well, so I hope you'll join us too. 10 o'clock a.m. Eastern, 7 o'clock a.m. Pacific. I'll see you guys next week. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.